Hello and welcome. My name is Denise Gallagher and I'm an artist and illustrator. Today we're going to create paper bag masks. This video is part of the Acadiana Center for the Arts online series, Virtual Art Studio, where teaching artists present lessons in visual art, dance, music, and more that you can do from anywhere. First, let me tell you a little bit about me. I live right here in Lafayette and I'm an artist and illustrator, which means my job is to make art that is used in lots of different ways. If you look around, you'll notice that art is everywhere. It is the job of artists like me to make that art. I've made art for lots of things like festivals and books and museums. I've even created art for a big box in downtown Lafayette. Some people at the ACA thought it would be a great idea to have more art in our city. So they asked me and some other artists to create some art especially for these art boxes. Mine has lots of fun creatures in a carnival parade, a crawfish, a rooster, an alligator, and some birds and fish, all marching along with masks and flowers and musical instruments. I had so much fun using my imagination to create this art. I'm also the author and illustrator of 2 books, A Tip-Tap Tale and Moonsong. This means that I wrote the stories and drew the pictures. The animals in my books are colorful and happy. They dance and sing, and Boozoo the hound dog even plays the guitar. As the artist and author, I got to create the characters and the worlds that they live in. A tiger and a little girl who share cupcakes in the jungle, and a hound dog who plays a guitar in the swamp. Here is another example of my art. It is a circus parade, but not your typical circus parade. This parade has a great big tapir, which is a weird jungle animal with a crazy snout. Do you see him? This parade also has an alligator and a duck playing a horn. If you look closely, you'll see a strawberry, some teacups, and of course a cupcake. Did I mention that I like cupcakes? When you look at my art, you may notice that I like to draw animals and creatures. I love anything with wings, or fur, or feathers, horns, tails. I love chickens, tigers, alligators, cats, crawfish, dogs, and crazy jungle animals like tapirs. I especially love to dress them up in hats, bow ties, costumes, suits, and give them things to hold like musical instruments, or cupcakes, or flowers, or things to ride, like bicycles or roller skates. As an artist, I use my imagination a lot. Here are 2 posters for Festival Acadiana et Creole that I created recently. When I was asked to make the art for these posters, I thought a lot about the festival. Have you ever been? It is so much fun, filled with good music and art and delicious food. It is held in the park every year and it's coming up. So everyone there is happy. So I wanted to tell the story of the festival, and I also wanted it to feel as magical as I feel when I'm there. So I imagined the dancers and musicians that you might see at the festival as people, but with the heads of animals that you might find in Louisiana, because it's a Louisiana festival that celebrates our Louisiana culture. So you see, here is an alligator playing an accordion, and here is an egret playing a fiddle, and a rooster playing a rubboard. A rubboard is an instrument used to play zydeco music. I even included a pig with a pot of gumbo because the food at the festival is just so good. As an artist, I get to use my imagination a lot, and that is one of the best things about being an artist. So today, you and I are going to use our imaginations to make paper bag masks. And when we are done, sort of like the people in my art, you're going to be a human with the head of a creature. The things you will need for this project are a large paper bag big enough to fit over your head. You can use a grocery bag or even a gift bag. Scissors, glue, pencils and paper, crayons or markers, paint and paintbrushes, construction paper or colored paper, and if you're feeling really fun, you can add pom-poms, glitter, ribbon, or yarn, or any other art materials you have around. But don't worry, if you don't have all of these materials, happily you can make a paper bag mask with any or all of these supplies. For this mask, I used only construction paper, scissors, and glue. As you can see, I used lots of different shapes, curved shapes, circles, lines, diamonds. I used different shapes to make eyes, and then it even got fun and three-dimensional. See, the eyelashes are fluffy, and I folded paper to make a beak that sticks out. I even made some little legs to hang off and wings so that he could fly. You don't have to just stay on the bag. You can make things pop out to have more fun. So this is my chicken. For this mask, I used crayons, white paper, scissors, and glue. I started out by drawing shapes and parts that I wanted to include on my creature. And this guy, he's just a silly creature. So I made him some eyes, but if you notice, the eye holes are here, but I wanted to make some fun eyes, so I put them here. I drew a nose, some cheeks, a funny mouth, and I even made a beard, and I used a pencil to curl his beard to make it three-dimensional. I also added a fun hat, some horns, and some ears. There are so many different things that you can add to your silly creature. So this is my silly creature mask. For this mask, I used mostly paint, but some cut paper, scissors, and glue. I started off by painting the entire paper bag and then added elements like a mouth, a nose. I used the eye holes for this one and made eyes and eyebrows and added polka dots for fun. He's a leopard. But I also used some three-dimensional things. I gave him some whiskers and a crown and some ears because he's the king of the jungle. And I gave him a fish because cats like fish. So when you're doing this, you can think of anything to add, but this is my painted cat paper bag mask. Once you have all of your materials, we will start getting your paper bag ready to be a mask. This means cutting out shoulder shapes and eye holes. You may need a grown-up or older sibling to help you with this part. We will cut shoulder shapes on each side of the bag so the bag fits nicely on your head. The shoulder shapes will be sort of like a mountain or hill shape, like this. Then we'll take some scissors that shape, and then we'll do the same thing on the other side. You can use this sort of as a little template to make sure the size the holes are the same size and shape. Now your mask is ready to put on your head to find the eye holes. Hi, I'm back. See how the paper bag fits so nice and neatly on my head? You can see where my shoulders are, and it makes it fit nicely over my head. So now is a tricky part, finding out where your eyes are. So use your fingers, find your eyes, and make a little mark, one for each eye. There you go. That looks silly, but that's not going to be the way it ends. Here I am. Now it's time to cut out the eye holes. This part's a little tricky too, so you may want to get a grown-up. First, pinch the paper a little bit and make a little hole where your mark is. Then use your scissors to cut a circle. It doesn't matter if it's a little big, you just want to be able to see so you don't bump into things when you are a paper bag creature. See, there's one hole, and now you'll do the next hole. Once again, pinch the paper, tricky. cut a little hole. Then use your scissors to cut a circle. About the same size. There you go. Now, the hardest part is done. That part was tricky. Was it tricky for you? Remember, if you need to pause the video, that's okay. I'll be right here when you get back. Now that your paper bag is ready, it's time to do some thinking. You can use a piece of paper to draw some ideas first if you'd like. Ask yourself, what kind of creature do you want to be? An animal? A silly creature? A person? Then think about this. What are the parts of your creature? Does your creature have a nose? A beak? Horns? Feathers? What kind of mouth does your creature have? Let's draw some parts that your creature might have. He might have a nose, a mustache, a beard, eyes. There are many different kinds of eyes. You can have eyes like this, circle eyes, these kind of eyes. Will they have eyelashes? A mouth? Lips? Teeth? Fangs? Whiskers? This kind of nose. There are so many options. Now ask yourself if your creature is wearing anything or holding anything. A hat? A bow? Some glasses? Is it holding a flower? A cupcake? A fish? An instrument? The possibilities are endless. Let's be creative. What would you like to wear or hold? Let's see. There are hats. You can make a birthday hat. A baseball hat. An old man hat with a flower. A crown for a king or a princess. And then what will your creature be holding? A horn? A cupcake, my favorite. An apple. Yum. A flower. A ladybug. A guitar. There are so many things. Use your imagination. If you need to pause the video now to think, that's okay too. I'll be right here when you get back. Now go ahead and use your imagination. Now that you have an idea of what your creature will be like, it's time to use our art materials to decorate our paper bag and watch our creature come to life. First, draw or paint parts onto pieces of paper or construction paper. For instance, if you wanted a hat, we can draw a hat, then cut it out. You can even use different colors to make different parts of the hat. This makes a fun party hat. Also, if you wanted your creature to hold a cupcake, because like I said, I like cupcakes. Let's draw a part of the cupcake that looks like this. And what is your favorite flavor of cupcake? Vanilla, strawberry? I'll do a pink cupcake to match my pink hat. Draw the shape. Then cut it out. You'll notice that I'm not gluing anything down yet, because part of the fun is drawing and creating all kinds of different parts and then putting it together to see how it looks before I glue everything down. This is a fun, fluffy, pink, delicious cupcake. There we go. As you see here, I used crayons to make an eye shape. What if I used a crayon to make a different eye? What kind of eye should I make? I'll make a circle and color it like this. 2 eyes. Those might be kind of small, so I'll make a bigger one. Because you're the artist, you get to decide what kind of eyes, what kind of nose, what kind of parts your creature will have. So here, we'll cut out these eyes. And they don't have to be perfect. It's kind of fun to see how it all comes together. You'll see here, I made some feathers. You can do a lot of feathers. That's what I used on my chicken. I made lots of feathers. Or I can make eyelashes, and I'll show you how to make them curly. When you cut out your eyelashes, cut out a square and cut out different little parts of the eyelashes, like different eyelashes. And use your crayon to kind of curl around your crayon. And as you can see, isn't that cute? You made eyelashes for your eyes. What's another thing we'd like to put on our creature? Let's see. We had a nose, a mustache. How about a mustache? Let me draw a mustache. And you can see all of my parts are coming together. I want to do a big curly mustache like this. Big curly mustache. And then cut that out. What kind of shapes are you making? Are you being creative and thinking about all the different shapes that you can give your creature? What kind of eyes are you creating? What kind of nose? Did you make a hat? Did you make a fish? Did you make whiskers? And now that I have some pieces, I'll show you a little bit about how I put them together. Now I started putting things together to see how this is going to look. And I realized, oops, I forgot to make a nose. So let's see. How about a green nose? And I'll use a crayon to draw my nose. Here we go. This is kind of a fun nose. I think it'll go perfect with my mustache. What kind of nose do you make? Are you making a cat nose, a horse nose, a zebra nose? There are so many noses. Who knows what kind of nose you are making? Let's see. Here is my nose. Oh, that looks so good with a mustache. And then I have his cupcake. What else am I missing? Let's see. I think I'm missing a mouth. What kind of mouth should this creature have? He seems hungry. Maybe I will make a big wide mouth with teeth. 'Cause he's so hungry. He has this mouth and lots of teeth. 'Cause he is hungry for his cupcake. See that? And a tongue. There we go. 'Cause I'm the artist, I get to tell the story of my creature, and his story is he is a hungry, hungry creature with a mustache. And I think he's at a party where they're serving cupcakes. 'Cause here's his party hat. What else can we put on here? Let's see. How about some horns? Do you think you should use some horns? I think he needs some great big horns. 2 horns. One like this. And if you have 1 horn, you might need another horn. One like this. There we go. And I'll use my markers this time to color. And make stripes. So this is cute. He has some striped horns, one for each side of his head. He's coming together quite nicely, I think. Let's see, his feathers are getting away of his mouth. Oh, and maybe I'll move these feathers. Maybe I would like to have some polka dots instead. See, I'm the artist, so I can make the decision. I don't think he needs feathers today. I think my creature needs polka dots. What do you think? Or we can just use a piece of paper and cut little shapes to make confetti. Oh, would you find confetti at a party? You sure would. So look, here we have some confetti. My creature is at a party with confetti. Yay! So that looks pretty cute. I think he needs a candle on his cupcake. How about that? See? You can make so much by using your imagination. What else are we missing? And this cupcake needs a flame. See, I'm just going as I go, making up the story. It's so fun to be an artist because you get to tell the story. So, what else does he need? Well, we made some eyelashes. Let's put those eyelashes here. Those are going to stick out. So we'll fold that a little bit. Oh, look how cute that looks. Wow! I have another piece right here. So remember how we did that? We cut a rectangle shape, cut out almost to the edge to make eyelashes, and then we used our crayon to curl the eyelashes. You can do this with a beard, you can do this with hair. If you want to make bangs or hair on the side of your creature's head. Wow, look at that, and that looks fun. If you need more time to cut more shapes, that's fine. You can go ahead and pause the video and I'll wait right here. I'm going to start to show you how to glue some of these pieces down now that I have a story and I have lots of pieces. First, I'm going to glue his eyes. So, to glue his eyes, we'll put just a little bit of glue, not too much, just a little bit, and then put it in place. I like to keep everything in place so I see exactly where it's going to go. I'll glue his other eye. And then we'll do the eyelashes because that's a little bit trickier because we want it to stick out like three-dimensional. So you see I folded it a little bit to make a little place for the glue. And the eyelashes are still curly. So I put glue just on this spot. And I place it right over his eye. And hold it down just for a second. There we go. All right, that looks great. We'll do the second one. And we have a little tab where we put the glue. And then we put this one over his eye too. Wow, see, it's already starting to come together. So you continue doing this with all of your pieces, and you can add more as you go. If you see that after you started gluing you want to add more things, go ahead and add more things. And remember, see, I want the mustache to go underneath the nose, so I'll put some glue on the mustache and slide it under the nose just a little bit so it looks like a mustache coming out of the nose. So there you go. So you just keep gluing, and when you have little pieces, make sure you don't lose too much glue. Just a little glue will do it. You don't need too much. There you go. And as you go, keep in mind the layers. So you have the cupcake, and you have cheeks, and his horns. If you have a horn that's sticking out, you only need to put glue on the part that's going to be on the bag. See, this part is going to be sticking off of the bag, so you don't want glue there. Just there, and hold it just for a second. And see there, now it's sticking off of the bag. And we'll do it with this side too. There you go. So this is how you do a paper bag mask. You can keep going and add as much detail as you want because you're the artist. You could get to decide. You can add hair, you can add polka dots, you can have so many things. You can make a horn, whatever you want. Eyelashes and eyebrows, hair. But next I'm going to show you how to do the paper bag using paint. Now that you've seen how to use glue and scissors and paper to decorate your mask, you can also use paint, markers, or crayons to draw directly onto the bag. Today I'm going to use paint. I chose my two favorite colors, green and purple, and I'm going to make the features like we discussed. Maybe a nose, maybe eyes, maybe eyelashes, maybe hair, but I'm going to use paint. So first of all, I'm going to make a nose. This one is a long nose, maybe like a beak. A triangle nose. There we go. Then I'm going to use purple to make eyes around the eye holes this time. Look how pretty that looks. What else will we put? Maybe some hair? How about green hair to match his green nose? Look at that. And a mouth. How about some lips? And some cheeks. I like round cheeks. They make me happy. This is a happy creature. Look how fun. Wouldn't this be a fun creature mask to wear? We can go out to festival and be a happy creature.
with polka dots. So whatever materials you have, you can make your own creature mask. There. I love him.
But the fun doesn't stop here. Now that you're a creature, you can have a creature carnival. Dance a festival dance, or put on a play about your creature telling his story. Isn't it fun to use your imagination? It's one of my favorite things. That and cupcakes, of course. Thank you so much for joining me today and using your imagination to create a paper bag mask. And please, if you make a mask, share it with me. I'd love to see them. Post them on Facebook and tag Acadiana Center for the Arts or Denise Gallagher Design and Illustration. And be sure to come back next week for a new virtual art studio. But before that, this week is Festival Acadian. Come out and see me at Girard Park in Lafayette, Louisiana on October 14th through 16th. There'll be music and fun and it'll be great. See you soon!